I know exactly what happened. Exactly. I saw a blue light and I yelled out, "I'm dead."
Then, of course, there's the garden's electrical system. Wonder what this does.
2 years before this, the Bruins were playing a hockey game. The ice melted. They had to cancel the game. Then the next night, there was supposed to be another game. They had to cancel that because there was no ice. So in Boston, the Jacobs brothers put in a new ice-making machine. Well, what had happened was, my job was to wire transformers to the machine. And that was no problem. The night this happened, I was making the final connection, and I was 5 minutes from finishing the job. Dennis was standing behind me. They didn't insulate the knuckle. Just so happened that that knuckle was right where my arm was, and I grounded myself. When I actually made contact with it, I saw a blue light, which was the arc. I thought that was it. I thought I was dead from that point on. I mean, this happened just like that. I can't snap my fingers, but it happened just like that. I ended up with nothing. I mean, all my clothes were burned off. As I stood to the floor, I saw Dennis on the floor. And I knew he was dead because he was in a pool of blood. I could see he was gone. And that's the last thing I remember. Had a lot of thoughts that went through my head after that while I was in a coma. What I call episodes. Lots of them. Many years ago, I wore nothing but cowboy boots. I was a big cowboy boot. For years, that's all I wore. Dress cowboy boots, work cowboy boots. People didn't like it, but I did.
You look like a cowboy, huh? I don't want to be a cowboy.
And then I got to where I started wearing sneakers. And I wore sneakers all the time. No matter what the job was, I always wore sneakers. Always had sneakers on. And that probably would save my life, because I wasn't grounded to the ground. As you can see, I can only use 5% of that hand. Can't straighten the fingers out. I can move the thumb a little bit. I can bend it that far, and that's as far as I could straighten it. Mm-hmm. They were actually going to take this arm off, because all that was here was the ulna. But they found a viable vein, so they took my abdominal muscle out and replanted it here. My back is nothing but skin and bone. Mm-hmm. There's no muscle tone at all. Other than that, I'm in great shape. The thing that they never could explain, they could never figure out why not one of my internal organs got damaged. Because this went through here, literally came out my butt, not my asshole, but the cheek. Came right up, blew a hole in it, about that big. Still there. The only pain that I had was when they changed bandages. All my nerve endings were burnt off. There was really not much to hurt. The only thing that bothered me was when I was in the hospital and I come out of the coma, they brought my grandkids in to see me. And neither one of them knew me, because I had no hair, had no mustache and no beard. And they didn't know me. That hurt. And then one of my best friends, my closest friend, it's more like a brother than he is a friend, walked right by me, didn't know who I was. That hurt. Those are the only things that really hurt me. And then I realized when I got to look at myself, I could see why that was. So things didn't bother me after that. We went to Universal Studios in Orlando. Did you ever take the subway ride? When that starts, they simulate a transformer blowing up, and it's the same kind of light that I saw. And that scared the shit out of me. Tesla had an exhibition, and I actually started to cry and ran out. In the end, they ended up doing the right thing, so yeah, I was happy. We had the same lawyer, which was a mistake. She really drove us nuts, but she turned out to be a real pain in the ass. Her persona was that way. Within a year, she was living with some guy. We never saw her after that. Never even heard from her after that. And then their son committed suicide. He was a nutcase too.
What did you learn about yourself through it?
That I'm damn lucky. Damn lucky. Good wife, good kids. Yep. And at that time, good friends.